Welcome to Money First CEO, the podcast for business owners ready to run their business like a boss and make their money work smarter, not harder. I'm Harman Johnston, bookkeeper, Profit First professional, business coach, and mum of two from Sydney, Australia. I've built a thriving business by mastering money habits and systems that create real freedom. This show will help you take control of your finances so you can build a business and life that truly works for you. Every episode delivers one powerful takeaway you can action right away for more clarity, confidence, and cash. And from time to time, I'll be joined by special guests, fellow entrepreneurs, experts, and real business owners, sharing their money wins, lessons, and insights to inspire your next move. Because when you put money first, you unlock the options and freedom you deserve. So hit follow, grab your coffee, and let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome back to the Money First CEO podcast, where we believe if you put your money first, the rest will follow. I'm your host, Harman, and today I'm asking you a question that most business owners have never properly answered. What's your financial freedom number? Not your revenue target, not your business goal, your personal number. The amount of money you need coming in consistently for your life to feel genuinely free. Because here's what I've noticed. Most business owners are chasing more revenue, more clients, more growth. But when I ask them how much is enough, they can't answer. They don't have a number, they just have a feeling, a vague sense that if they keep pushing, they'll eventually feel financially free. But you can't hit a target you haven't set. And without a specific number, you'll keep running on the treadmill forever. Always busy, always earning, never arriving. So today I want to help you work out your number. Not a dream number, not a fantasy, a real grounded, practical number that tells you exactly what your business needs to produce for you to live the life you actually want. So let's get into it. Let me start with why this number doesn't exist for most people, because understanding that helps explain why so many business owners feel stuck even when the business is doing well. But when you start a business, the goal is survival. Make enough to cover the bills, replace the income from your old job, get to a point where the business is viable. And that phase has a very clear number. It's whatever your household needs to function. Rent, mortgage, food, utilities, kids' expenses, car, insurance, the basics. Most business owners know that number. They might not write it down, but they feel it. It's the number that makes them anxious when they're below it and relieved when they're above it. And it's usually the number of what they used to earn in their previous job as a ballpark. But once you pass survival, something interesting happens. The goal disappears. You've made it past the scary phase. The business is working, money is coming in, and now what? What are you working towards? For most people, the answer is just more. More revenue, more growth, more clients, because more fuels progress, and progress feels good. But more is not a destination. It's a treadmill. And if you stay on it long enough, you end up exhausted, earning well and still not feeling free, because you never defined what free actually looks like for you. I see this constantly with our clients at Blue, business owners doing 100, 150, 200,000 a month, working long hours, building impressive businesses. But when I ask them, are you where you want to be financially? The answer is almost always not yet. And when I ask, what would enough look like? They pause because they've never thought about it that way. They've been so focused on growing the business that they forget to ask what the business is supposed to give them. The gap between working hard and working towards something specific. And your financial freedom number covers that gap. It gives you a destination, a specific one, a number you can reverse engineer, a number you can build your business around, a number that tells you when I hit this consistently, I've made it. Not someone else's version of making it, but mine. And here's a part that surprises most people. The number is usually lower than what they think. Because financial freedom isn't about being rich. It's about having enough. Enough to live well, enough to not worry, and enough to have choices. That's freedom. So let's build your number. So your financial number has 3 layers. What do you need? What do you want? And what gives you peace of mind? So layer 1 is what you need. This is the baseline, the non-negotiable cost of your life, not your business, your life. Sit down, add up every personal expense that has to be paid regardless of what happens. Mortgage or rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, car costs, school fees, if you've got kids, phone, internet, any debt repayments. Don't inflate this, don't include the nice to haves, just the absolute baseline. If you stripped everything back to what you genuinely need, what does that number look like per month? For most families, this number sits somewhere between $6,000 and $12,000 a month, depending on where you live and your circumstances. Your number might be different. The point is to know it. This is your floor. Below this number, life gets stressful, and above it, the essentials are covered. Layer 2, what you want. This is where it gets personal, because freedom isn't just about covering the bills, it's about living the life you actually want. So think about what you want your life to look like now. What would make your current life feel genuinely good? Maybe it's a family holiday twice a year. Maybe it's eating out once a week. Maybe it's putting extra into your super. Maybe it's saving for a house deposit. Say yes to your kids without checking their bank account. Put a dollar amount on each of these. 2 holidays a year at $5,000 each, maybe. Is $1,000 a month. Dinner out once a week at $150 is $600 a month. Extra super contributions of $500 a month. Add these to your baseline. Now you've got a number that covers what you need and what you want. And this is your lifestyle number. Be honest with yourself. This number doesn't need to be extravagant. Financial freedom is not about being wealthy. It's about having enough to live well without anxiety. For some people, that's $10,000 a month. For others, it's 20. There's no right answer, only your answer. What gives you peace of mind? It's the buffer, the safety net, the money that means if something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. Think about 2 things here. First, a personal emergency fund. How many months of your baseline expenses do you want saved and accessible? 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? This isn't money you touch. It's money that lets you sleep at night. Second, ongoing savings or investments. Are you putting money aside for the future beyond super? Is there a savings goal you're working towards? A buffer you're building? An investment you're contributing to monthly? Add the monthly contribution required for these to your number. Your financial freedom number, needs, plus wants, plus peace of mind. And let me give you a worked example so this feels real. Say your baseline living costs are $9,000 a month. I live in Sydney, so maybe these could be a bit extreme for some of you, but it sounds reasonable for a family with 2 kids. Your lifestyle wants adds another $4,000. And if you want to put $2,000 a month towards savings and investment, your financial freedom number is $15,000 a month after tax. That's the number your business needs to pay you consistently for you to be financially free. Not rich, free. Living the life you want, covering what you need, and building a safety net underneath it all. Bet for a lot of you listening, that number is lower than you expected because we've been conditioned to think freedom requires millions. But for most people, it requires consistently the right amount arriving predictably every single month. So now that you've got your number, let's work backwards, because the whole point of knowing this number is to build your business around it. If your financial freedom number is $15,000 a month after tax, what does that business actually need to generate to deliver that? Most people stop. They know what they want to earn, but they don't connect it to what the business needs to produce. So let's connect it. Account for tax. If you need $15,000 after tax, you probably need to pay yourself around $19,000 to $20,000 before tax. Depending on your structure and marginal rate, your accountant can help you get the exact figure. So let's say your owner's pay need to be $20,000 a month. If your owner's pay allocation is 30% of revenue, you can do the maths. 20,000 is 30% of what? 67,000 a month in revenue? That's your revenue target, not a random number you pulled from a goal-setting workshop, a number that's directly connected to the life you want to live. 67,000 a month funds your financial freedom. Now check that against reality. What's your current revenue? Are you above it, below it, or on track? If you're already there, you might already be financially free and not even realize it because you never did this calculation. If you're below it, now you know exactly how far you need to go and can plan accordingly. Once you know this number, every business decision gets clearer. Should I take on that new client? Does it move me closer to my revenue target? Yes, then yes. No, then maybe not. Should I invest in that new tool? Does it help me serve more clients or increase my efficiency? Will it help me reach or maintain my target? Then it's worth considering. Should I raise my prices? If your revenue target is $67,000 a month and you're doing 50, a price increase might get you there faster than finding more clients. The number gives you filter for decisions, and that filter saves you from chasing things that don't actually move the needle on your freedom. Your freedom number might mean your business doesn't need to be as big as you think. A lot of business owners are killing themselves trying to hit $1 million in revenue because it sounds impressive. But if your freedom number is funded by 500 in revenue with good margins, why are you chasing $1 million? Freedom is not about the biggest number. It's about the right number, the number that gives you the life you want. Anything beyond that, growth, is by choice, not by necessity. And growth by choice feels very different from growth by pressure. Your financial freedom number is not fixed. It changes, and that's normal. When I first worked out my number, it was different from what it is today. Life changed, my kids got older, expenses shifted, goals evolved. What felt like freedom 5 years ago looks different from what feels like freedom now. The number is not a permanent answer. It's a current answer, something you revisit annually and adjust based on where you are and where you want to go. Some things that might change your number over time. Your mortgage gets paid down, your baseline drops, your kids start school or they finish school. Either way, expenses shift. Your lifestyle aspirations change. Maybe you want to travel more, or maybe you simplify and realize you need less than you thought. Your savings target shifts. Maybe you hit your emergency fund goal and the monthly contribution reduces. Maybe you set a new investment target and it increases. Your business structure changes. Maybe you bring a partner. Maybe you sell a portion. Maybe your role evolves and your pay structure adjusts. Revisit the number regularly, at least once a year. Sit down, run through the 3 layers again, and make sure the number still reflects reality. If it's changed, adjust your business targets to match. For a lot of business owners, the number goes down over time. As they implement better systems, as they pay off debt and they build their buffer, the pressure eases. They need less because they've structured their life better. It's one of the most powerful things about this exercise. It's not just about earning more, sometimes it's realizing you need less. And that alone can reduce the pressure on your business, on your hours, and on yourself. I had a client who did this exercise and realized she was already at her freedom number. She'd been so focused on growing the business, she never stopped to check whether she'd arrived. When we ran the numbers, her owner's pay covered everything she needed, everything she wanted, and her savings contributions were on track. She was financially free and didn't even know it because she'd never defined what free looked like. She sat back and was like, so what am I stressed about? Exactly. When you know your number, you know when to push and when to breathe. And permission to breathe might be the most valuable thing this exercise gives you. So I want to finish with a shift in thinking because I think this is the real takeaway from today. Most business owners build their business around growth, more revenue, more clients, more team, bigger, faster. And there's nothing wrong with growth, but growth should serve a purpose. And the purpose for most of us is freedom. Freedom to live the life we want, freedom to spend time with our families, freedom to choose how we spend our days, freedom from financial stress. And if growth isn't delivering that freedom, what's it for? I've met business owners doing $2 million a year who are less free than business owners doing $500,000 because the $2 million business has higher overheads, more complexity, more risk, and an owner who works 80 hours a week, while the $500,000 business has lean costs, strong margins, and an owner who works 4 days a week and takes 6 weeks of holidays a year. Which one is more successful? Depends on how you define success. If success is revenue, the bigger business wins. If success is freedom, the smaller one does. And that's the power of knowing your number. It redefines what you're chasing. Instead of chasing revenue, you're chasing a specific outcome. An outcome that's connected to your life, your family, and your well-being. When you build your business around your freedom number, everything gets simpler. Your revenue target's clear, your pricing makes sense, your costs have a ceiling, your pay's locked in, and growth beyond your number is a choice. You might choose to grow beyond it. Maybe you want to build something bigger. Maybe you want to create more impact. Maybe you want to build wealth beyond freedom. All of that is great, but you're choosing it from freedom, not chasing it from pressure. That's the difference. And it changes how you show up, how you make decisions, how you feel about your business, and how you feel about your life. A Money First CEO don't just build a profitable business. They build a business that funds the life they want. Let's bring it all together. Your financial freedom number is the amount you need each month to cover what you need, fund what you want, and build your peace of mind. It's personal, it's specific, and it's probably lower than you think. Once you know it, reverse engineer your business, work out what revenue is required to pay you that amount consistently, set that as your target, and build your pricing, your margins, and your allocations around it. Revisit it once a year because life changes, your number changes, and your business should change with it. Stop chasing more for the sake of more. Start building towards a number that means something. A number connected to your life, your family, your freedom, because you didn't start a business to work harder than everyone else with nothing to show for it. You started for freedom, so define what freedom costs and go build it. This week, sit down for 20 minutes or so and work out your 3 layers. What you need each month to cover your essentials, what you want to fund the life you'd love, and what you need for peace of mind. Add them up, that's your freedom number. Then open zero, look at what you're currently paying yourself and ask honestly, am I on track? If you are, take a breather. If you're not, now you know exactly where you need to get to. That's it for today's episode. Keep putting your money first and the rest will follow. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for hanging out with me on Money First CEO. If you got value from this episode, hit subscribe, drop a 5-star review, and share it with someone who's building their business too. All the goodies are in the show notes, and you can find me on socials for more tips and tools to help you. Until next time, keep putting money first and the rest will follow.